Prince Harry has been ordered to pay the Mail on Sunday nearly £50,000 in damages after he lost an attempt to strike out the paper's defence in his libel case. The Duke of Sussex is suing the Mail's publisher over an article written about his long-running battle with the government over his police protection. The 2022 newspaper headline said how Prince Harry tried to keep his legal fight with the government over the bodyguards a secret. Then, just minutes after the story broke, his PR machine tried to put positive spin on the dispute. The Duke of Sussex claimed it was libelous, attacking his honesty and integrity, with his lawyers arguing it suggested he lied and cynically attempted to mislead public opinion. But last week, keep up, the Duke suffered a major setback when a judge ruled the paper could argue the article expressed an honest opinion and did not cause serious harm to his reputation. To add insult to injury, Harry's now been told to cough up more than £48,000 to cover the Mail's legal fees. If a settlement isn't reached by both parties, the libel trial will be held in the first half of next year. Well, so far, so clear as mud. That's a kind of sideshow to the whole Daily Mail thing. But I think it's actually about a lot more than another legal case. I think we're starting to see Prince Harry has serious psychological issues going on here. He has this pathological suing, libelling thing going on. I think it's got worse and worse and worse. I think it's got a lot worse since Meghan came on the scene. But I think probably since childhood, he's had this hatred. Well, we know he's had this hatred of the media. I think we're starting to see a seriously unwell man.
Well, actually, in his book, he says as much. In Spare, Prince Harry he talks about the therapy that he was receiving and that his therapist diagnosed Harry with an addiction to hatred of the press. Exactly what you said. You know, that he does have
pathologically litigious. Yeah. I mean, he can't stop himself.
No, because he thinks he's messianic about it. He thinks it is his life's crusade. Why he's been put on this planet is to bring down the British tabloids.
And he thinks he's saving sues people.
Yeah.
He does. But then on the other hand, isn't part of this because he obviously has his story to tell. But then on the other hand, he doesn't see that the reason that he has his fame and celebrity is because of the institution of which he was once part. And he was born with this huge gift, if you like, that other people cannot have. There is no doubt that somebody with as little, shall we say, skill or talent that he and indeed his wife seem to have in the broadcast arena would be able to get the multi-millions of pounds unless they had been part of the institution and had dirt to spill. So I think that he doesn't like to see that there are two sides of the coin, as I would hope anybody who ventures into the world of media should realise that with fame or celebrity or money or whatever it may be, there is a downside and that some people are going to say things about you and you're not going to like all of them.
What I think is so interesting is yes, he's clearly been profoundly damaged by what happened by losing his mother in childhood and the way that she was effectively hounded to death by the media. But if you look at how Prince William has been able to recover from that and go on and move on and be a happy, balanced individual, as far as we can see, Harry just seems so damaged and so unhappy and so angry.
I don't think he does seem that damaged or angry. I think when you look at the tens of thousands of negative articles generated about Harry, about his wife Meghan, and the amount of money that media companies in this country make from writing negative articles about them, he could be suing a lot more than he's doing. I don't think he's crazy. I don't think he's crazy addicted to it. I think he's seen an article that he thought, and he was advised by his legal team, he could win this case. He's lost it. He's got to pay 50k. To him, he's a multi-millionaire. 50,000 is nothing.
Yeah,
so
it's not about the money.
So in the grand scheme of things, it's nothing. But I don't think he's this completely damaged guy. And we say compare him to William. William has a purpose. His purpose was to be king. He still has that. Harry was the spare. He literally is just a spare. What was his purpose?
Loads of us don't have... Loads of us are not going to be king. You can still have a purpose in life.
No, I know we're not going to be king, but he's part of an institution where everyone is geared towards praising the God-given right of the king.
You say that, but he did have a purpose, and he did have a role, and he'd had enormous popularity and prominence and all sorts of things that he was able to go off and do.
He still does those things. And technically, the Invictus Games, since he's been with Meghan and has got the Netflix deal, Invictus Games has gotten more global audience than it did when it was part of the royal family.
That's true, JJ, but you said just a moment ago that he is a millionaire and that £50,000 is nothing to him. And that is something that it's quite easy to forget. He has that money, he has that privilege, he has those connections, he has that level of reach by being very, very famous. And he's just obsessed with suing.
He is obsessed.
Newspapers for 50 grand or whatever. It does seem like a terrible waste of all that potential.
If somebody libels you, I get it. But don't stop people in newspapers literally doing their job. And I think that's ultimately what he wants to do.